Hello folks, this is Dave at Vintage Dave T. I'm doing a VR for Rick at Vintage Oddball Cards. And the task at hand is to try to stump John Mangini, showing a card from a set that John likely does not have. Now I'm not sure what John has. He's got about everything that I have, so I don't have much of a shot, I don't think. But I'm going to show something that I may need to have a ruling on to see whether this is unique. And I'd like to see if John actually has these. If he does, I'd like to see his collection of these in a video that he might do at some point. So what I want to show is the 1961 Post Serial. I know. We all have Post Serial cards. We all know what they are. John has shown some. I know. But what I want to show is something different from the typical postcards. This is a hand-cut card from a cereal box that I cut off when I was 12 years old. And that's not too bad for a 12-year-old, if I do say so myself. So, this is not what I want to show specifically. What I want to show is something that I think is unique. And I've never seen anybody show these on their channel before. You can actually go on eBay, for example, and you can see these cards. So these are what you would call the perforated cards. They came in a sheet, and you could separate them, and that's typically what you buy on eBay. I think you can even see from every now and then you can see this full sheet, but this is a full sheet that I actually sent away for and received from Post Serials. And the point was to send in so many box tops. I forget how many it was, 2, 5, 10, I don't know how many. And send it in, perhaps with a dime or a quarter or something. I can't imagine it could be very much. It may not have been anything, because packs of baseball cards were nickel back then, so I'm not certain I would have sent a quarter in, 5 packs worth of cards to get these. Anyway, this is a complete sheet, and the perforations are still intact. Well, this one, such as they are. And I put these in this notebook right over here. And this is a wood notebook my parents obviously gave to me, and it had some pages in them that fit in, and you can see the yellowed paper. I took these out of the notebook recently. This one, the perforations were almost coming apart, just being held together by some hanging chads, I guess. Anyway, so that's what I'm putting out there as my card to see if John has this. And so the ruling is whether a complete sheet is something that John has or not. And more than likely he does. But I've wanted to make a VR or a video on this for a while. And I thought, well, why not? I'll give this a shot, and I'll just combine it. And so what I did was I collected, I think I have 12 of these of, I believe, 16 teams back in the day. And there is the Yankees with Yogi Berra, Whitey Ford, Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, one of my favorite players back in the day. Here's the White Sox. Louis Aparicio, Minnie Minoso, Nellie Fox, Early Wynn. Here's the tigers, and oh, by the way, I'll just show the back of this one. So this is a clean one. Can you see the perforations there? So this one's fully intact, and just the glue marks and the bits of pages that are still on there. So Al Kaline, Rocky Colavito, one of my favorites, Jim Bunning. Here's the Indians. Let's see, Tito Francono, Terry's father. Kansas City A's, Whitey Herzog, who we recently lost. Here is the Minnesota Twins. You can see this 61, their first year of existence. Because the cards, even though they're wearing their Washington Senators hats, it says Minnesota Twins on there. I'm not certain what that 12-year-old kid did to take that card out. I don't know. Lame. Here is the Milwaukee Braves with Warren Spahn, Eddie Matthews, Hank Aaron. The San Francisco 49ers, Willie McCovey, Orlando Cepeda, Willie Mays on there. The Dodgers with Duke Snider, Don Drysdale, Gil Hodges. You might notice that significant player is missing from that one, Sandy Koufax. And in 61, did really not come into his own yet. So he didn't make the sheet then. I forget if he has a card that year. He probably does. I know he has one in 62. Here is the Reds with Frank Robinson on there. And finally, my 12th sheet is the Cubs with Ernie Banks, Ron Santo, and Richie Ashburn. So, John, do you have these? I'd like to see you show them on a video sometime. And actually, one thing I want to get off my chest here, try to free my conscience up. So as I mentioned, you needed to send in box tops to get these, so many of them. And my mother was a saint and allowed me to buy Post cereals and pick the boxes that had the best cards and everything. But there was a lot of box tops that were involved here. And being a clever child, I noticed that the box bottoms were the same as the box tops, or very nearly so. So I would combine box bottoms and box tops and send them in, and it tended to work. So I'm thinking the statute of limitations has run out on that, hopefully. But that's what I have to show you. John, what do you think? And do you have them? Thanks, and y'all take care now. Bye.